Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Jones, and welcome to Jones Mindful Living. Today, I'd like to give you an overview and a tour of this online resource. So, Jones Mindful Living was developed to give you the skills to create emotional balance, improve relationships, and enhance your life overall. So, whether you're struggling with depression, anxiety, self esteem issues, difficult relationships, or maybe you're just feeling stuck in life, Jones Mindful Living can give you the tools and the skills to move forward, create emotional balance, and live the life that you really want to live. So now I'd like to give you a tour of the platform and show you what Jones Mindful Living has to offer. So come on in. So here we have the homepage to Jones Mindful Living. So if you haven't started your free week yet, you can click on any of the buttons that say Start Free Week, and it will open you up to the subscription page where you can either do the annual subscription or the monthly subscription. So once you are a subscriber, then you would simply go to login, would log into the account. This will take you to the program platform. Let's start with the first section. So we have the introduction to Jones Mindful Living. We'll open it up. This will give you just a few introductory videos and also some worksheets that will help you throughout your experience on Jones Mindful Living. We then move into the foundational videos. So these are just videos that will help you throughout your experience. You can start here if you would like. I have videos about establishing goals, some videos about looking at your strengths, and just some basic informative videos with some basic skills that will help you regardless of which program track you decide to start on. I have a new content collection here too. So this is where I will put all of my newest content. So if you want to stay up to date, you can continuously go back to this space. And then finally, I made a Finding Balance during COVID-19. This is a resource that is directly about how to deal with COVID-19 and the challenges that you may face. So now let's go down to the first program track, which is Understanding and Balancing Emotions. So this track provides just an overall education and understanding about emotions, about how to regulate emotions, how to increase positive emotions, building self-esteem, how to change limiting beliefs, how to reduce your emotional suffering, how to cope with intense emotions, and how to improve your health so that you can balance your emotions. This track is essential really regardless of what you are struggling with. So if you struggle with anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and any kind of emotional struggles, this is a really good track to start with because this will really lay a solid foundation for how to deal with emotions, how to regulate them, how to increase positives in your life, and just how to feel better overall. Now moving down to the Overcoming Anxiety, Depression, and Other Emotional Challenges track. So you can look at this track as a little bit more of a detailed approach to specific emotional challenges. So whereas the Understanding and Balancing Emotions track is a little bit more broad, Overcoming Anxiety, Depression, and Emotional Challenges track is a little bit more specific. So with this one, you can actually go into very specific problems that you are facing. So for example, we have a problem solving and changing problematic behaviors track. We then also have the coping with intense emotions track. We have the dealing with anxiety. So if you struggle specifically with anxiety, this collection will give you a lot of skills for how to reduce and overcome anxiety. We then have a dealing with depression track. We have a dealing with loss track as well. So the dealing with loss track, this doesn't necessarily mean loss due to death. This can also be a breakup. This could also be a major life change. So loss can take a lot of different forms. and this collection will give you specific guidance for how to deal effectively with that loss. So now let's move down to the Improving Relationships and Communication track. So this is a track that will help you improve your relationships and learn how to communicate more effectively, not only with your romantic partners, your friends, but also with work colleagues and just strangers in general. So this track starts out with some relationship basics, which will just give you some basic skills and principles for having effective relationships and some communication skills. And then a relationship enrichment track, which will kind of take it to the next level. How do you increase intimacy? How do you improve your relationships? After that, we have the Creating a Life of Meaning and Value track. So this is all about how do you create the life that you really want to live. So I started out with the beliefs collection, again right here, just because if we have limiting beliefs, it can really get in the way of creating the life that we want to live. So I have that one here, and then I have the Life Mastery and Goals track. So this one is all about looking at your life, identifying your priorities, what's important to you, and then working on building goals that are in line with your values and what matters to you. And then next we move on to the Mind and Body track. So this is a track that contains mindfulness, health information, mindfulness meditations, and also yoga practices. So you can certainly follow this track as a whole, like you would any other track, or you can use this as a resource for any of the other tracks that you're following on the platform. And then last but not least, we have the Dbt Skills Track. So the entire platform really has DBT as a foundation. But if you're looking for a more kind of pure DBT approach, then go to this Dbt Skills Track. And so what this will do will take you through kind of the core specific DBT skills with each of the different modules. So we have emotion regulation, distress tolerance, interpersonal effectiveness, core mindfulness, and middle path skills. So that is Jones Mindful Living in a nutshell. I hope that you'll check it out. Try it for a week. I'm adding new videos regularly, so the content keeps expanding so you can keep growing. So this is not a sprint, this is a marathon, and this is about how do you integrate these skills into your life long term. It's not about feeling better immediately, although that is nice and the skills will help that. But this is really about how do you create more emotional and life balance in your life overall for the long term. Thanks so much for joining me. Take care.